break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a tutorial. You guys saw that I did a review on the ColourPop eyeshadows. You guys, you know I get excited about most things in life. I get excited if there's like a bunny on my lawn in the front yard, but little things like that make me happy. So when I discover a brand that is so amazing and their products are amazing and they're affordable, you know I'm all about that life. So I just did a review on the ColourPop eyeshadows that I will link in the description box below in case you missed it. But now I'm here with a tutorial. And like always, this is a very simple tutorial. It is summer, so I want to keep my tutorials fun and colorful, and ColourPop is all about color. So if I did a tutorial using like a taupe or a gold, it wouldn't be as fun as if I did a lime green and turquoise look. I wanted to show you guys how fun these eyeshadows are, but I also wanted to do it using my chocolate bar palette and then using the ColourPop shadows as like accent colors. So if you guys are interested in watching the third tutorial to our chocolate bar series, then please keep watching. So I already did one eye, and I always like to do one eye first because I feel like you could use it as a frame of reference. As you're following along in my tutorial, you could see kind of where we're going. What we're going to do is what I always do, and that's just prime your eye or your eyelid. And I always like to prime my upper and lower lid, like down here, up all here, and down here. And that's just going to even out the skin tone and make sure that my eyeshadow lasts all day without creasing. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Too Faced chocolate bar palette and I'm going to dip it into this white base color. It's just like a matte beigey white or off-white, and I'm going to take a blending brush like this one, and I'm going to apply that from top to bottom, from right under your eyebrow all over the lid. And that's just going to act as like a smooth powdery canvas so that all the other eyeshadows blend really nicely together. After that, I'm going to take my MAC 217 or a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to dip it into salted caramel and caramel. I say caramel. Why do I say caramel when I'm filming and in person I say caramel? That's totally a pet peeve of mine too. So I'm going to dip it into salted caramel, this like reddish orange brown, and that's going to go kind of above the crease. So you can see this like gradient up here. That's the color that we're applying first. So I kind of start at my crease so that most of the color deposits there, and then I softly and patiently take my time and move the color up. I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush, but this is a little bit more narrow and a little bit more tapered, so the color deposit is going to be more specific. Where the color lands will be a lot more specific, and that's what we want. And then we're going to take the color Semi-Sweet, that is this cool toned dark brown, and we're going to apply that to the crease, like the center of the crease and the outer V. So I like to start right at the edge of my crease and then move it back and forth. You're not going to go all the way to your inner corner. You're not going to go all the way over here, but some of the color will end up moving there. But you don't want to do your windshield wiper motions all the way over there. And you will have to do this back and forth, I would say, or going back into the color probably 2 or 3 times. So you can see I'm going back and forth, and I'm going right along the contour of my eye. You see how my eyeball, I'm like kind of pushing in? So right along the contour of your actual eyeball, in the socket is where you're running that color, all along the socket. So I'm going to go in one more time, and always tap off the excess when you're using a really dark color, and that will prevent you ruining the rest of your makeup. And then I'm going to use this same brush, dip it into that same color, Semi-Sweet, and I'm going to go up and down. Do you see what I'm doing right here? Up and down, top to bottom. So I'm going from the bottom, so where my lash line is, up to the crease. Almost like a straight line. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Just like that. The fun part. We're going to take our ColourPop shadows in the color Ibiza and Sour, and we're going to apply those to the lid. These are soft shadows. They feel like a pillow, almost like those, which are those creamy blushes that are like squishy, bouncy blushes. You know which ones I'm talking about? It's kind of like that. So just take your ring finger, your weakest finger, and you're going to dip it into the color Ibiza. Ibiza? How do you say that? Ibiza. I always like to pronounce things properly. I know where Ibiza is, but I don't know how to pronounce it properly. And I'm just going to pat that into the center of the lid. And I'm not going to go above the crease. Basically, center of the lid, not too far out and not too far in. And I only like to apply this once. I don't like to layer it. These shadows dry really nicely, and you can totally layer them if you choose to and make them a lot more intense. But I think the color already is pretty intense, and it has glitter. Now I'm going to take the color Sour and do the same exact thing. Take your ring finger, and that's going to go on the inner third, including the inner corner. This one I do apply twice. Otherwise it looks like a pastel green, and I still want it to look a little bit metallic and electric. And what I do is I kind of brush the two together in this area so they blend together. You see it looks a little bit yellow here, and then green, and then the aqua. So you use your finger to blend them together nicely. Now take your tapered blending brush one more time, no additional product, and you're just gonna run it back and forth to make sure there's no harsh lines. Just like that. I'm going to take whatever is left on the MAC 217 or your chubby, fluffy blending brush, and you're going to run that along your lower lash line. I almost skipped this step, and I was like, wait a second, something looks wrong. So just run that along your lower lash line, and it's just going to make it so that the green and blue aren't so, you know, flashy and stark. Now you're going to take your two detail brushes. You could use a lip brush, you could even use the tip of a Q-tip, or the really tiny tip of your finger, and you're going to apply the green in the first half and then the blue in the outer half. Be careful when you dip your brush or anything into these shadows because they are so soft, it will literally squish all the way in. I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to apply black eyeliner to the tight line and the waterline. I always do this step because I just feel like it makes my eyes look so much more dramatic and my lashes look so much fuller. You know, I don't have very many lashes, so I like to help myself out as much as I can. Don't be alarmed if my eyes turn red. They're a little watery at the moment. So I'm going to take my Milani Liquid Eye, and I'm going to run that in the tight line and the waterline. Probably not the best idea to do this when your eyes are watery, but we're going to pretend that's not happening. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the Benefit They're Real Push-Up Liner, gel liner, and then my L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara, and I will be right back. What do you guys think? Super easy, right? You guys, if you love color as much as I do, you guys know I'm like the long lost Lisa Frank twin. I am all about the colorful rainbow life, bright and glitter and colorful, and I just love colors. I think colors are such a beautiful way of expressing so many emotions. So when I found out about ColourPop shadows, I was like, yes, sign me up. Every single color. I need to show my pandas what this is all about. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, this is the third tutorial using the chocolate bar palette, and if you don't have these ColourPop shadows, what do I always tell you guys? You don't need to use the same products that I have. If you use a chocolate bar and you were looking forward to this series, look in your eyeshadow stash or even in your eyeliner stash. If you have a colorful pencil or a colorful shadow, just put in 2 additional colors. You don't have to have the same products that I do, but these are only $5 each, so maybe you want to get a couple. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, if you guys found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys!